Telegram is much
Okay,
better.
we're live.
Hey.
Volume test.
Yes. Sound test. I have to do this now every single time. Otherwise, we spend like 5 minutes talking to fucking nothing, apparently.
Hey.
Bread.
Fuck, I can't log into my
Okay,
Reddit
everyone
because my
sounds
Reddit
good.
is on
Yeah.
my phone. One sec. You guys can keep the audience entertained till then.
Everybody sounds good.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Ardi, how was
Yes.
your day today?
My day was... Actually, it was
The
not
day
great.
was
It was
grey?
whatever. It was mediocre. It was nice, I guess. Today was Republic
make
Day.
small
So the only
talk.
highlight is...
Oh yeah, it's holy shit! It's Republic Day. Yes, I am a
Yes,
citizen
yes.
of my country.
Yes.
I remember
I
Republic
totally
Day.
didn't
Yes,
remember.
of course I remember.
I totally remembered it when I woke up as well. You see, I wasn't reminded by my grandma middle of the day, like, there is a parade
When
going
I
on.
woke up, what?
Like,
I
fuck,
am
today is Republic Day.
I am nice citizen. I knew from last night.
Yes, exactly. I woke up in the morning to the national anthem, which I was singing
Bro,
in my
I
sleep.
was
Yes,
I
yes.
started singing it right at the
The break of dawn itself.
no 12 o'clock I
Republic Day
started.
Eve. Okay, then.
Oh, man.
We are true bhakts of our country.
But yeah, I just went around, I just watched that parade, and that was about it.
Wow, you watched
Nothing
the
else
parade
happened today.
also, huh? But been ages.
Hey, the planes look cool in there. I like the planes.
Yes, the planes on the
The-
parade, yes.
Yes, display of military power. Wow, so nice.
Yes,
I
yes.
shouldn't say more, otherwise I will get killed.
Oh, man.
Showing the true authoritarian
Reddit link.
regime.
Exactly.
I, for
yeah.
one, welcome our Indian overlords.
I think they're
Yes.
already here.
You have for reason, haven't you?
Anyway,
Couple of
Just a
decades,
couple.
maybe.
I will.
But yes, Audi, what did you do on this glorious day? We're talking like this, people will think we actually talk like this. Like, yes, so
Yeah.
today what are we going to do?
Like a fucking infomercial or some shit.
Yeah.
Or a
No,
classroom. Reddit link is up.
Aside from a bit of sculpting, not much
Hello.
else.
Welcome, Reddit.
Really has been a slow day for me.
I cut myself on my fingers and I had no idea how, and now it's just like burning randomly.
Were you
You cut
playing
your
with one of
fingers
your
and,
knives from
No.
your knife collection?
I was not. I was.
Paper cut.
I was.
Wait, you don't have paper.
I don't have paper. Exactly. I got the
keep forgetting
ebook
that
version
book
of
is never present
Hell's
in the room
Paradise.
at all. Like you could ask for a general paper, you'd never find it.
It really depends on what kind of paper you want.
Yeah.
You might be able to find some types of paper.
I asked you for a
Might be.
notebook page once and you didn't have that. So I reckon you find
Who
nothing
randomly
over
comes in with all their tech with them and is like, hey, I want a notebook page. I have a laptop where I could be typing it. I have a phone where I could be typing it, but I want a notebook page.
there. Not for drawing, not for typing it. Not for
I have a laptop where I could be drawing it. I have a phone where I could be drawing it, but I
It's
want a
really
notebook
tough.
page.
Did Reddit die for you?
I don't know. Everything's dead for me.
Your net is on the down low, eh? Did you finally get that USB?
Nope. If
Refreshing Reddit link.
if one of you here or any of our viewers want to get me a USB to Ethernet port, I would be very
How much is
appreciative.
it?
Like $500.
Audi, let's half it for the sake of our podcast. Huh?
Yes, sure.
Done.
Well, if you're-
we shall
If you're anyway going to do that, might as well get like a better
Fuck
one,
off, I'm
USB-C
done. Fuck off,
with
no,
HDMI and some other
You are
extra
getting
stuff,
$500. No.
I don't know. I just randomly said $500. I don't actually know how much it is. I think the Amazon
Okay,
Basics
send
one
link after podcast.
is
Okay,
good.
Reddit seems
But...
stable for now.
Oh, wait.
Hey, we
Okay,
can
that's
begin
good.
with this.
Oh, sorry. It's $1,500.
Oh, I see.
Oh, hey, he's scamming us.
No, the Amazon Basics one is $1,500. I can't do anything about it now,
Okay.
can I? Well, there are cheaper ones available,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
I don't know if
that will
they're.
improve the
is.
quality of our stream and be affordable for us poor people.
But if you go up to 2,500 rupees, you get a
We
USB-C to useless.
Well, I'm giving 250. Audi can give the rest if you convince him. That's your.
No.
Sure. Anyway, let's get started. We're going to be talking about Hell's Paradise.
Yes, Hell's Paradise. Jigokuraku.
Jigokuraku.
Oh, bro, you should have put a title. I just saw that you didn't.
Oh.
Forgot.
No, I thought that was our
We do it
title.
after the podcast. Custom, but yes. Anyways, Hell's Paradise by Yuji Kaku or Kaku Yuji.
Yes.
And that's our topic for today. And it's getting an anime this year. The month is not specified, but Mappa is working on it. I don't know if they're paying their employees for it, but this year.
That part will never come. Will never be failed to mention, but yeah.
Netflix sponsor us, please.
Yes, thank you so much. But yeah, guys.
Okay, for those who don't know, Jigokuraku or Hell's Paradise.
People will think we actually speak like that.
It's a story where starts off with a ninja named Gabimaru the Hollow, and he's on the execution row. But every time they try to kill him, he somehow manages to survive it, and he subconsciously survives. He protects himself in some form or the other, and eventually he gets an offer by this woman who you see on the stream right now. He gets an offer by this woman, and she says, "Well, if you accept this offer, you will be sent to this one mysterious land, and you have to get the elixir of life and bring it back. And if you bring it back, the shogun will give you a full pardon for all your past crimes."
The other side, as they like to put it, or Shinsenkyo. Heaven.
Ooh, fancy. Nice. Yes. But it's like an island, right? Basically, that they go to.
It is an actual island in there.
Island.
This thing.
It's like a mixture of like Cage of Eden and Gans, like island-wise, and the monsters are like from Gans.
That's true.
So in history, I think China believed that there was like a heavenly land above them. Like if they went further up north, they could find a heavenly land. And when they explored, they eventually ended up finding Japan, modern day Japan, and thought that Mount Fuji, or the center of Mount Fuji, was
Chinese
this
went
heaven.
Up towards Russia, but they found Japan, is what you're saying?
They used the coast and they ended up on Japan. I don't know the specifics of it, but then
the
like IRL history,
Taiwan who went towards Okinawa.
Yeah. So they had like a lot of Taoist and Taoist principles being mixed with Japan every now and then. The of Mount Fuji laid this heaven, and that's generally the basis of Shinsenkyo in Jigokuraku. Technically, we are
some facts.
walking through Japan over here. Yep.
It's just in Okinawa, right? They're nowhere in the mainland, right? Through the whole manga. Yeah, just an island around there, I guess.
Well, according to the manga, it was supposed to be a Chinese. I told Sid this. It's supposed to be a Chinese guy who Zhu Fu or something like that. And he was from the kingdom of Qin, and he asked the ruler for 3,000 people or something like that, and he went with them. And then the history records say he proclaimed himself ruler of the land, and nothing else is said about him. But that is where he ended up, and he figured out how to get the elixir of life perfected, and he was basically immortal.
And
this was around the time the Qin dynasty was going on. He asked the emperor, the first emperor, for this mission, and Qin Shi Huang was like, "Oh, okay, sure. I believe in this divine land. Here are 3,000 people. You can go towards the north, find this land if you will." Basically, Shinsenkyo.
And here we have fashion. First up, this is Sagiri.
Yep.
She.
So I pulled up. I scanned these images. You see, because.
But that's also illegal. Just saying that's fucking illegal. Yeah.
Come on. Like I had to buy. Me and Brew had to buy all the volumes. We ran out of money.
Yeah.
Yes, totally.
I couldn't even read the whole thing because I couldn't afford more than that many volumes that I bought,
Like how you feel like you're in any position to throw me under the bus here, but you know,
Hey,
fucker.
This is all you.
Right.
We appreciate you taking the L for us, Audi. Thank you.
Yeah, you're the one who said you scanned it. Neither of us said anything about scanning.
Yeah, neither said anything. Yeah.
Of course.
You're
But
the one who
anyways,
jumped into your own grave that you dug for yourself.
well,
But yes, Audi did not scan them. They were scanned by Audi's brother.
of course.
Body.
Yes. Anyways,
Yes.
panels shown on the episode over here, on the screen over here. The various panels that show the dresses and the artist took real care in showing what dresses each specific person wore. So like even though there are like there are a few classes to go around over here, being the samurai and ninja. Each person has their own sort of character attitude, sort of like their own flair to it. So like here, Sagiri is shown to wear a more traditional sort of armor, if you will.
Yeah.
With with like a base leather armor on her, and certain other guys will have like certain bits and pieces removed because it doesn't go well with their flow. And
Interesting, yeah, how like after every chapter it gives us a little bit of the history that was inspired, like all these characters and clothes and monsters, etc. Like the whole concept of it. So
it
that
gives
was
like
nice
a basic
to know.
explanation on everything that we've seen so far, like why like the flow of energy happens, why these monsters exist, or like what the classification system of monsters is there, and like what kind of
And I,
spirits
of
are there,
course,
all that
read
stuff.
through all of those and I remember everything. But I will make sure that I test you guys to, I'll ensure that your knowledge is solid anyway.
I'm a fail that test, I'll tell you right now. But anyways, continue.
Yeah, so one of the first panels we come across over here, we see this human covered in what basically flowers.
If you can call him human.
And yeah, well, here they basically say, yeah, it's hardly anything but human. But like the rumors are that anyone who goes to the island gets covered in these flowers, and it's basically showing that like normal, regular folk cannot just go walk up to the island like, yep, my island now. I can do whatever the fuck I want. It's pretty much an alien land, a land where quite literally gods do exist. And so far, like this is like one of the few hundreds of parties that have been sent out by the king to search for this island, because the king was the shogun at the time was very interested in finding the which was the basis of all these runs, and he just kept sending out random people based on like certain affiliations, like this time you shall send criminals who are on death row, or this time you shall send random thieves and beggars, or like able-bodied soldiers and all that. So I just kept sending these people, and every time he sent them, they just came back like this. Quite the interesting amount of detail as well added to these panels, because
it's pretty well drawn. I like how they depicted flowers and everything. It was
So come on,
it's like
this scene,
every other flower looks unique.
This panel it basically looks like it's from Bleach. Okay, like come on, it's a Bleach. It's Bleach. Okay, let's be real.
I wanted to say
okay?
they really named the guy with a blindfold, an eye patch, Aizen of all things.
It's
there were a lot of things that were Bleach like, by the way.
It is
even
Bleach.
his name being
yeah.
So also them referring to him as being hollow, and I was like,
I know, right? Look at this guy here, Gabi
and
Maru.
also, what is Bakugo doing there, by the way? Can you tell me?
Where is Bakugo?
Where's Bakugo?
I never really connected the dots, but now that you mention
like Bakugo.
Who looks like Bakugo?
What's his name, Adi?
The Chobe, the Azo Chobe guy.
Oh.
The kid who
yes.
yes.
He does look like Bakugo, yes.
Yeah, he acts also like Bakugo.
That is true.
Explosive, flippant guy that just jumps around into a fight.
For a second, I forgot who Bakugo was, and then I was like, "Oh, My Hero Academia, yes,
The guy
that
you love
exists,
from
yes."
My Hero. Yeah, your
Yes,
favorite
yes.
character.
Of course, my favorite character. You know how I love the
Yes.
annoying, whiny, bitchy little people. Yes,
Exactly.
but he
yeah.
might just be Audie's favorite character.
Mm. Yeah.
What?
Also,
Arson and bombing everything, Audie? Come on, that's just up straight up your alley.
Oh, that is literally
I'll
Audi.
give you that much.
Literally, Audie.
By the way, in this manga, you could literally play a drinking game with the amount of times they say Tao.
Yeah. Listen,
Oh,
It's fucking insane.
not just
Oh my
Tao, but the
God.
amount of times they
Every
mention
single
energy
page.
and the amount of
Yeah.
times they try to explain this fucking energy. It's like every other chapter will have something for it.
Hmm.
And everyone is just like equally confused. Like, what the
listen,
fuck is this
it's
energy
not
shit? It's too
every
it's
fucking
not a
deep.
drinking game at that point. Okay, it is like
Yeah.
if you want to get shit faced,
It's like a
read
bust.
this manga and take like one
Blackout.
ml of alcohol for every time they say Tao, and you're still going to be shit
Yeah,
faced.
Finish the
In,
bottle and
in
then
one
maybe
chapter,
one more with-
in one chapter, you're going to be like
One
sloshed.
chapter. Yeah, exactly. And they like keep re-repeating the concept for like the new individuals also, like who are like away from like again and again.
And even
And every
the
time they meet one of the like the gods, the Tencent people,
Yeah.
they mention
and even the
They
Yamada
mention it,
Asemon
do the
thing.
10 cent mention it
That's
again.
like
Yeah.
everywhere. It's like like you are from the Yamada Asemon thing. Like, hey, you from the say something. It's like Yamada Asemon. I'm like, oh, I get it. I get it.
Good.
Please stop. I get
Yes.
it. And yeah, here we have
beginners can play the game with Asemon.
Yeah.
Friends can use Tao.
Yeah.
I will admit in the beginning when they started off the whole like mission thing, I was a bit over they introduced. Because like aside from the 6 characters that we were already seeing in the beginning, there were like 12 other dudes put in there. Like there was this old Buddhist priest. Then there was like a random I don't know, courtesan lady that was also there. Completely forgot their names the first time they mentioned it. And then but I was glad that they killed them off later on, like 2 or 3 chapters later, because there's way too much info to hold that early on.
What? It's a tournament arc manga. Of course it's going to have like a gajillion characters.
Is it a
It basically is. Okay,
You are right.
it's
Yeah,
like
it
it's like, hey,
basically is,
let's all go to this island together. First off, we do like old school PUBG where we just everyone on the island kills each other, and then next after that we just fight like gods one by one.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, they start fighting gods pretty early, right?
Yeah.
Like I was surprised because usually it's like a final boss kind of thing, but here like instantly one by one they start like killing them.
I mean,
Yeah,
they already start facing like very indomitable beings, like the low and the island. They themselves are far stronger than like regular people as is. So they start basically facing
those
off.
guys look like Gans aliens. The first mission.
Is that what they look like? That's what I also
they
thought.
Look like the Bodhisattva aliens.
Yep.
Exactly.
For those of you who know Gantz, like this should be a familiar sight. Even what we're showing here should be a familiar sight.
Yeah.
Because all you know is that something is fucked up. And you're just staring at some fucked up looking creature. And you know for sure that if it lands one hit on anybody, their jaw is going to go flying off, their arm is going to go flying off. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody castrated somebody else in this. Because it literally starts off with two of the gods having sex, and these two brothers are like, yes, they're having sex, yes, they're twins, yes.
What is it? Bocho Jutsu or some
Bocho
shit?
Jutsu.
Bocho Jutsu. Speaking of fucked up things, Nut Inside Milfy says, hello, my untouchable friends.
Well, that's
Nice
new.
one.
That's new.
That's
Yes,
nice. I appreciate that.
that's new.
Come on.
I know,
You've been
right?
getting the boring shit so far.
Yeah.
This is quite interesting.
Love the thought put into the racism there. But
Love
yes,
the creativity. Thank you so much. Anyways.
weirdly enough, like my family members pride themselves on being Brahmin. Like my Orthodox family members are like, no, we are Brahmin. I'm like, yeah, okay. But yeah, so these fucked up monsters appear everywhere, and we can't show a lot of pictures because it's like, there's like so much not safe for work stuff that we would
NSFW
this will get taken down for
you
sure.
can't really help it because like more often than not, they don't I mean, like, I'm just saying. They
Oh yeah, they're like, oh, this person needs to have a real introspective panel over here. Let's draw her naked. Wait, do we need to do that? We can just show her being like, yes, I can focus on the face, being like,
I'm saying we
I
can't.
wonder.
They,
And
I don't
then
know
the
about them.
authors
They
are like,
can draw it however they want.
Exactly,
I need some tits in this panel,
I read till the place where Sagiri, like, she dies, I guess, till there. And isn't she the one who dies? The slime girl? No, the slime girl dies. Sorry, what's her name? I mixed up their names. Yeah, she dies. I reached that place. And she had to become topless before she died.
Yeah, I don't know why.
There. No, she doesn't die. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Also, Varun is here. Hi, Varun. Welcome back. It's been a long, long time.
Hello. Oh my god.
Is it confirmed by the end that his wife was real or not? I forgot. Yeah, she is real, and they both end up living happily
I
ever
want
after.
to ask you guys about that. Like, he
She is
just left
real.
his wife and got like caught in the beginning. Then he's been wanting to go back ever since.
Yeah.
Did he want to get caught? Is that
No,
what he
no,
said?
he didn't
Or
want to
did he
get caught. So
caught?
basically, he goes to the village elder and says, "Yo, I'm done with this ninja shit. I'm not going to murder people anymore. I'm banging your daughter now, so you got to let me be free." And this guy's like, "No, okay, sure, yes, of course I'll let you be free. Do one last mission for me." And then in the last mission, he betrays him and gets him captured. And he's like, "Haha, you thought you could escape?"
The whole village basically comes down and holds him down, and even then he kills off like 25 of them, and they're like, "No, fuck you, sit the fuck down," and then brought him in front of the shogun. Then
and then they say that his wife is like an illusion and she's not actually real.
Yeah.
But then she turns out to be real.
Right?
They mention that a lot of times, even when I'm reading, because he keeps forgetting about her when he starts fighting or something like that. But
that's these are the ones who mentioned it. It was the Yuzuru, the slime lady. She was the first one who brought up that thought. She was like, what if the wife was just an illusion? You know, what if your head is just fucked up all along? What if this is just a dream? Which basically is what it felt like. Anyways,
they were basically implying that the village elder was Itachi because he has the ability to put anyone into genjutsu and just like conjure up a wife and imagine a normal life. And then one day you wake up and you're like, hey, there was no wife all along. Woo.
Yeah, even at multiple points, Gabimaru just wakes up and is like, huh? Oh, it was all a dream. Yes. Oh no, I'm currently in a dream right now. Fuck, I'm being mauled by a plant monster over here. Never mind.
Yeah, but there was a lot of information being dumped out on us here, as you can see in this picture. A lot of things which I totally read and totally remember. And a lot of history.
References to Taoist, Buddhist principles and Japanese.
I don't know anything about Taoism.
No, neither do I. I think Taoism is also based on Buddhism itself. That's from what I gather, from what I've read anyways, Taoism has its roots in Buddhism, but they have their own like basis, like system of gods and whatnot. It's kind of like Hinduism, but you know, with like Buddhist principles, if you will. They have their own sort of deities for certain energies and whatnot. I can't really explain it, but they have deities what they all these to fall back on. The mix of
they believe in spiritual immortality, which was I see.
And yes, this guy
again, I'm probably butchering the base description of it, but then you know,
I see.
Like I'm just saying what I gathered from the manga itself. Never really looked into Taoism myself.
It's okay, Audi. Nobody looks into Taoism. Taoism is dead religion, I think. I could be wrong. Do not take my word for it. Do not quote me.
Popularity.
My God. But yeah, this guy real smart, I must say. He is like, I don't want to live forever. I will do such atrocious shit in my life that my tales will live forever and nobody will ever be able to forget me. And
straightforward plan. The guy fucking killed it.
Is it just me or is this guy Zaraki Kenpachi?
It sure had that energy, yeah.
With fancy eyebrows, but yeah, he is.
But isn't he the same character?
Fancy hairstyle.
He is the same character, yeah.
He has the same posture as well.
he also had when he had that like girl on his shoulder, like
Yup.
literally the same.
Yeah, the same.
Literally
thing,
the same. And it always like everyone around him is like around Zaraki is like, hey, what about this Bankai? We can do some cool shit. You can name your sword. You can develop a relationship with it. And Zaraki is like, hey, fuck you, and then he just scratches and just flashes everybody with his sword. And this guy does the exact same thing. They're all like, he's Tao. Yes, you should believe in energy. And he's like, hey, I don't care about energy.
Hey, Tao kya?
Yeah, dude,
Enough of
like
this
how
Tao
many
bull,
times?
fuck this shit.
Like, see, like suppose like something like Naruto, they talk about chi like not that much. They mention it once, and like we know how it works after that. Yeah.
They give a
Chakra.
proper explanation as to how
exactly.
it works, but then they don't really mention it too
So
much.
here they try to mention the concept like 20,000 times throughout the chapter.
Yeah, it's very important.
We see the Tao.
What if you forgot? What if this was like a monthly manga and you just forgot?
What if I forgot after the first 27 fucking times they told me?
Oh shit, what was Tao again?
No, but what if it's like a monthly manga and people didn't binge read it and they're like, do you guys remember what Tao is? Here it is, Tao again.
Yeah.
Yeah, a week's a long time. People forget a lot of stuff in a week, okay?
Yeah, apparently.
But yeah,
I do, so yeah.
You forget everything in like a half hour, so.
Yeah. Wait, what are we doing again?
Here, oh shit. So here we.
Varun says there was even a badass Zoro ripoff, but instead completely.
Yeah,
blind.
that's true. Actually,
that
that
isn't
guy,
Zoro. I will say that much. That ain't Zoro. That is another reference. Sid, bro, you remember Zatoichi?
Zatoichi, the blind swordsman. Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's basically this guy. Sir Shion, as the other people, as like Sagiri and all those guys like to call him. He's probably and he is basically Zatoichi, the blind swordsman. He holds the sword the same way as well. Like other swordsmen will hold it like this.
Yeah.
This, but then he holds it like this. He holds it like face forward, and fucking pure blind swordsman style. He goes fuck in a really cool fashion.
Hey, so does the blind guy from One Piece. What's his name? I forgot his name.
The blind guy from One Piece.
The blind swordsman from One Piece. The guy, the marine admiral.
Oh yeah. He's also
basically.
He that guy is more like in looks as well. He looks like the same person as well. I forget his name. I just know him as Meteor guy. But then or Gravity guy.
They also mentioned like the Bakugo dude. Like his dad was part of the 47 Ronin, like so-called 47 Ronin. They mentioned, right? Yeah. So they did like fictionalize. They did take real world.
They have a lot
and
of
then
references.
They added fiction to it. Yeah, basically.
It blends in very well as well. So it's not like stand.
Yeah, but look at this panel. This is where the Gantz people stand up and be like, "Yes, I feel at home."
Nostalgia.
Yes. This looks exactly like if you showed me only this part and told me this was Gantz, I'd be like, yeah, what makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I totally see it.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I can't believe I forgot this completely, but yeah, this is Gantz.
Yeah.
You know what? I was gonna say all this imagery reminded me exactly of what Berserk looked like, but Berserk like intricate detail in this. This is also a really good drawing, but then this doesn't resemble anything like Berserk at the end of the day. Probably something more like
Berserk wasn't like it didn't go to the weird territory that Gantz went. It was like
Berserk didn't go into weird territory.
No. I'm saying the way he conceptualized the monsters, right? Like the way Berserk did and this Gantz and this guy did it are different, right?
Yeah, basically Miura wasn't as fucked in the head as the guy who made the entirety of Gantz. Or you haven't read Gantz. Okay, that's the problem.
Yeah, you haven't read Gantz already.
Okay. See, Berserk has like these monsters Berserk has monsters that seem like monsters, okay? You look at them and you're like, yes, that's a monster. You need to fight that thing with a big ass sword. And in Gantz, you're just like, what the fuck is that? Yeah. Like, what the fuck am I looking at?
Fucking abomination over there.
Yeah, basically. Like, and the thing is, like, Gantz has inspired a lot of the old memes. And you probably haven't realized it, like that.
I remember the "Why are you so mad?"
Yeah,
that
guy.
From this thing, huh?
That's literally from Gantz because like one guy's head blows up and just explodes.
Yeah.
I see.
And another guy, like there's this weird looking, muscular looking alien which comes and takes on the form of a human and slaps one guy's jaw straight off.
I see.
You don't look at that and you're like, yeah, you know what? I should fight that with a sword. You're like, what the fuck just happened?
Similar monster designs as well.
Oh yeah, the old man.
Berserk monsters. Like the Berserk monsters still look equally fucked up, okay? Like they look monster like, and I don't know about how
but
like questionably fucked up they look as Gans or like
poor summer soul.
Yeah, the Berserk ones you still call them monsters, like they're cool designs for monsters,
Yeah, but if you saw them in a game, you'd probably fight against them like you do in Dark Souls. But with Gans, you uninstall the game immediately after seeing the first monster.
What, like you want to bleach your mind as well? Is that how bad it gets?
Yeah, like the old man thing that's in there. Like this. I don't know how to explain this. How do I even give context?
Let me explain it. So there's this old guy, okay, that they're fighting, supposedly an alien, okay, and he turns into a giant, okay. He turns into a giant that's basically made up of like hundreds of like naked women, and one of the guys who's fighting the giant is so pervert, he climbs on top of it and starts fucking all those women. You're like, what the fuck are we reading?
Yeah, it's quite something.
What the fuck kind of turn did that take? I didn't expect that.
Exactly, there is no way to explain it with context also. Okay, Gans is such a unique title that you could give all the context in the world and the person listening would still be like, that's fucked up, I don't understand anything.
That is quite fucked up, yeah. And the thing is, me like, yeah, this is really fucked up, but for some fucked up reason we kept reading it
and we finished the whole thing.
We don't know why we're reading this. We shouldn't
it's
read
bad,
this,
obviously, but you can't help but watch it.
No, it's not bad. The Gans was actually very entertaining.
It's not bad. Yeah,
I'm saying like a train wreck.
No, the thing is,
nice.
The thing is, like when it comes to Buddha statues and stuff like that, you're in a Buddhist monastery, everything is peaceful, it's tranquil. All the Buddha statues are just like, yes, peace, love be to all. And then suddenly the clock strikes 12 and the Buddha statue just jumps out and like, let's go, BTS! And just fucking comes at you with like 3 heads and 20 arms and fucking twirling around swords and guns and shit. It just...
That's basically what happens here as well in jigokuraku.
Yeah, basically,
these guys,
that's what we were reminded of. Yeah.
Like, look at this
like,
panel right here. This guy's neck, the Bakugo's neck gets fucking blown off, and yet somehow he's still like okay afterwards.
Calling him Bakugo now.
Yeah, probably shouldn't call him Bakugo.
But it's more fun. But then, like, they just have like this odd superhuman resilience against these monsters. Even though they're supposed to be like regular humans at the end.
But they aren't shown to be regular humans. They're shown to be like the worst of the worst with like supernatural abilities from the start.
Yeah, dude, that guy can do like the Itachi fireball and whatnot.
Yep.
Like the main guy.
The Uchiha fireball side. It's not only Itachi who can do it.
Fireball, sorry.
How dare you insult the Uchiha name?
And he can burn himself, like
Yeah, and you literally have an audio over there. Like, are you really surprised that the others are like not? Like, you literally have a person.
Which part is this again?
The dude who's like, so hungry, must eat, want to play with people, and then you just
okay, I see.
And then you have
it makes sense.
Everybody attacking him at once, and Audi is just like, he can't even feel
he's
it.
Just chilling.
Yeah, he's just lying down over there, like no one even bothered fucking restraining him. He's just like, well, fuck it, he's too large for this shit.
And then one slash from Audi, Audi's arm just ends everybody's life around him. Yeah, that sounds pretty Audi to me. So they are not human. They are very inhuman.
I make a cameo appearance in a manga without even realizing it. What do you know?
But what did you guys think?
Audi, you have inspired mangaka all around the world through your very form alone. I'm surprised we didn't see you in Gans.
Well,
not even the creator of Gans could think of something as fucked up as Audi, basically.
Bro. Wait till he gets old.
Oh my god.
But yeah, what did you think of the concept of like the Taoist and Buddhist, like how they made the...
Yeah, it was really fun.
Concept. What do you guys think of that?
But then I disagree with the basic premise of the story, which is like these gods are so freaking OP. Like
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
freaking OP that everyone
gods are
just has to
basically
have a power up every other chapter.
Yeah.
That's
They're
what I
living
was
on
saying. Like
human
every
juice, right? Basically, like the
Yeah.
Yep.
concept. They're living on like humans, right?
every other
Basically.
chapter just
That's
felt
their
like a point
elixir.
where
Hmm.
each side just like a what is the term you say, power spike, power curve, or a power
Yeah.
spike, I think. Every other character has like a power spike. Just like
Buddy,
every fight that happens is like, I become
buddy,
super
power
strong, and then
spike is
just fucking
from Dota. This is just
overpowers
like power up, basically. A power spike refers to a point where you reach a spike, which is where like when you get an item or when you
I
get
don't know,
yeah.
like I forget that term.
They just get
It's a thing you
overpowered.
mentioned for
Basically,
me.
they just keep getting
Overpowered.
powers more and more and more and more, and then that really made the story boring because I was like, okay, now I know this guy is really OP. Now I know this guy has to get really OP, and then that guy is going to get really OP, and then they're all going to fight, and then the boss is going to get even more OP. So power creep is a real problem in this very short manga.
Creep. Yeah, there you
Switch
go.
to our layout now. But
I'd say it got even a bit monotone towards like the midway because the concept of monsters, like these flower monsters all over the place, like being mixed with Taoist and Buddhist principles and on like fucking Buddhist monstrosities just walking around all over the place. It that alone couldn't really carry the concept until say 50 odd chapters, because at that point everyone was just continuously fighting each other, and we already knew of the Tensen, the god beings, and it was just a matter of everyone just killing each other at that point. There was nothing really changing the story as such until, like I said, towards the end.
Well, that was the point. They had to kill those guys, right? So, like, of course, they will
but like
to kill them.
this was going on for like some 70 odd chapters, dude. Like until like things started to really fucking evolve.
Yeah. Well, they are fighting still. Like I am at chapter 70, so that's what they're still doing.
Did you finish it, Adi?
The picture that
I got up to 123. I got up to the point where like the whole transformation bullshit happened.
It goes.
Does shit happen in the fourth chapter? I imagine like the last four chapters.
I was just sitting with the ending, and I was just like,
I see.
The picture that you just showed, like Bocho Jutsu, the ultimate power up.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like these,
about, like you meditate, you train, but power is 6. You gotta have 6, okay, and then you'll be the strongest in the world.
But that's a weird part, right? Like everyone, all these gods have been having sex regularly, and all these mortals are just like sex. Nah, I'm not gonna do that shit.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
I think it's something more like akin to yoga or some shit, and they probably have to like artistically do that shit. I don't know. Like
no, they just have sex.
Artistically,
they don't do it artistically or anything. They literally create two beings to have sex. That's their job. That's their life goal.
That's the other fucked up bit, by the way. Sid, in case you didn't know.
What?
The Tensen, they were all made with specific purposes. Like all these guys were made for like each practice mentioned.
I know. They described each of their rooms and what they each are doing.
Taofa and Jufa were basically twins that were made for
basically,
Bochojutsu.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, but
it's just like next level fucked up.
And the thing is that they're like, and then each person has to perfect their way of meditation, and then they have to teach it to others. Like, how do you teach sex to others? Like, I do this, and you're done.
Well,
the others aren't going to have sex, but like still teach it. How exactly do you manage to teach that shit? I'm very curious.
I don't know. Is anyone an expert here on the IRL references?
Is anyone an expert here on Bochojutsu?
Meditation. Going about it. I know about Bochojutsu. Of course.
Yes.
He's just being humble.
Yes.
Anyways.
Audi too has sex with his twin.
Yeah, I won't really attest to that bit.
Audi is completely speechless. But yeah, like look at this shit. Like at this point, like everyone is so OP. It got so boring because just like, oh god damn it, can you like?
Yeah, bro, that's just
that first bit where they showed the.
That's just the guy we're seeing right now.
That flower monster we saw in the beginning was kind of the peak of it all, because we kind of understood that they have like a pure form after that, and after that point it just kind of got boring. I think like the drawings are still nice to look at, but otherwise there was really no other substance to it aside from them just powering up and then be like, I'm gonna beat your asses now.
And also the concept of Tao and the way they took it forward was basically like they looked at Naruto and they were like, how about we just copy the entire freaking system? Like we just take that, like it's there, we just like copy and paste.
Chi and chakra shit.
No, it's the same thing with Tao. They're like, okay, it's fire, it's earth, it's this, it's that, and then one is like this, and this one goes well against this one goes bad against that. Like there's
really
a whole panel.
Game of fucking rock paper scissors, huh?
No, there's a whole panel in Naruto where it's like, but Naruto has wind and Sasuke has fire, and wind is supposed to be bad against fire because it increases the fire. And there's like a very supposed to be very emotional panel. At least I got bored of Naruto crying by that point. But Naruto was like, I'm glad I have wind because I can be the one who increases Sasuke's flame. And I was like, spare me. But it's like literally the same thing over here. Like Pokemon is still different. Like you don't have a type that can add on to a type and then attack, right? You just have type versus type.
True. Yeah.
This is like very specific enough to just be like, this is Naruto, but then not completely the same. They were like, let's add wood to it, so that way they can't claim that this is from Naruto, because wood in Naruto is not there.
This was like the real thing for like the real Buddhist whatnot, but then wood and metal are supposed to be their own elements. I thought wind was also supposed to be.
Yeah, wood and metal aren't supposed to be their own elements. That's the thing. Usually in Buddhist things, at least there is not, wood is supposed to be a mixture, but it's not supposed to be a thing on its own.
They did use a lot of wood, like for mastering the Tao. You need to like work in like the that they say, that they reference and all these.
I remember that, but I don't remember the other sides of it. Like they said that there are like two extremes that you kind of shouldn't be on. But one thing I noticed, like in that panel where they are describing the whole like the star thingy, the elements and whatnot, there for somehow both parties are basically on the same fucking page, even though they are not anywhere close to each other. I don't know how it is the case, but then like one party will be like starting off the whole pentagram elements, and then it will shift onto another party which is like hidden in the mountain somewhere, in like a valley somewhere, and they'll carry on the same discussion from that point forward. Like, how is it that they both came onto the same conclusion at that
But they're all together at that point.
No, they were not together. Like the party gets split up.
I think
right?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, even when they're explaining Tao in a lot of places, like there are these two people in separate locations having the conversation, but they keep showing them alternating.
It's the same conversation. I'm like,
to like.
But that's like normal. That's what everyone does to show conversations happening.
That's the method of storytelling.
I figured, like at least like one party would figure it out and bring the info, and but while
Yeah, but they met like a lot.
Like I'm pretty sure three people are talking about this manga somewhere, and they're like, you know what? It's just like Naruto, and we could literally take them and put them here and it'd be the same thing. But that's how life is. And here Bakugo is saying you're weak and beating the shit out of Gabimaru, and then Bakugo beating the shit out of his own brother apparently. And like it's weird.
Beating the shit out of everyone.
Bakugo's brother reminded me of Kazuki from Get Backers.
Kazuki,
before they said brother, I literally thought that was his sister. I'm like, holy shit.
Everyone thought that was his sister. Reminded me of Kazuki, like 100% Kazuki. Like everyone thinks he's a woman. Okay. Really a strong person otherwise, really quiet until shit hits the fan. I was like, this is Kazuki. It's so weird. Like all this manga did was remind me of other manga. I feel like there's nothing that this manga put forth that I remember.
Yeah, it has like a lot of references in it. Like I said, like the first thing that caught my eye was the blind swordsman, Zatoichi.
Zaraki,
like, I was like, oh, okay, it's another reference right there.
Yeah, but see, that's different because that's still like a reference to a legend that is being told in our real world. But the other things, I'm just like, I saw this in this manga, I saw that in that manga. Okay, this reminds me of that manga. I found nothing unique about this because.
So you think it is just a mishmash of all sorts of the good stuff from other manga?
Yeah, I feel like they wanted to write a Taoist Buddhist story, and they just decided to be like, you know what, I'm too lazy. I want to read more about this Taoism stuff, so figure out some random energy system. And they're like, oh, Naruto.
Honestly, the Taoist Buddhist stuff just seemed like it didn't seem to actually be like embedded in the concept.
Actually
of
matter. It was just surface level.
It seemed to be like these cool words that you mentioned,
Yeah.
they didn't actually like put
The only time
meanings
there
into it.
was any this thing like substance to the whole Taoist Buddhist principle was the names of the Tensen itself. One of them being
but that's what they're just names, right?
yeah, they're just names, but then like again they're references at the end of the day. There was not much like substance to them as well, because one of them is called Manjushri, and Manjushri is supposed to be like the knowledge Buddha basically, and she doesn't come anywhere close to being the knowledge Buddha. She's just like the other Tensen at the end of the day. So there is like no particular connection to the stuff they put out in the manga over here.
And the weird thing is, like, okay, bye-bye, let's talk about this panel real quick. What do you think of the tree that adopted May as his daughter, and then
the Groot?
Yes, the Groot.
Sure, why not? I never really thought that through, but yeah, sure, Groot. Nice.
Well, he's able to speak.
Wait, so she's actually not a kid, but the Tao energy turns her into a kid, like something like that. As far as like,
well, it's kind of very fucked up, because she's supposed to be the equal of the main Tensen, the one that made the others. But then she like doesn't like his violent ways, so she tries to escape, and then she's kind of like stripped down and chained, and then and she's used as a sex slave basically,
right?
Basically.
And then she escaped, and I was like, like, really, that's where you took the fucking child story of all the places you could go. You made her a sex slave. That's so fucked up. But yeah, basically this Grandmaster doesn't exist. He's technically dead.
Oh, he doesn't exist.
He's dead.
Nah. He's only shown in these panels over here as like a fucking red herring. But
you know, the minute I saw this, I was like, it's a lie. Because you know what? I saw the exact same thing in Dr. Stone, which also was also very predictable, by the way.
Okay.
But the thing is, there's a great ruler of the village, okay, and this one guy, this right-hand man, always talk to him. The ruler doesn't talk to the people himself. It's always his right-hand man, and he's always like, dear the leader of the village, here you go, here is your offering, and then he goes inside and then he mutters something to make it seem like the leader is talking, and then he comes back out. He's like, the leader says you have to die. I'm sorry, just the way it is. So I was like, the minute I saw this, I was like, that dude dead. And either that dude turned out to be dead. He's encased in gold, and basically the main Tensen wants to take all of Japan, turn them into Tan, as they call it, and then bring this guy back to life because she was his wife.
This May, what's her name? She was
not May. The main Tensen,
the main Tensen, the top, which basically she is the
one that has sex with Bakugo.
Okay, that character, okay. They keep switching their form, so I don't know if it's about a dude or a lady. So it's kind of confusing to me.
So that lady is the wife of this Grandmaster, and she's trying to bring him back by sacrificing all of Japan.
Okay.
And Rian is supposed to be...
And I was like, really? You spent a millennia sitting here doing your fucking meditation all so that you could bring back this dude who died like 1,000 years ago? Like, aren't you tired of the shit? Just die and be with him now. What the hell?
It poses like a great flaw in their plan. Their whole idea was to convert all of Japan into Tan. And they were always sitting on top of these butterflies that they wanted to use on the whole country itself. Why didn't they just go early on? Why did they have to bait humans into coming here and get like more energy out of them?
So that we can have a plot.
See your fuckers in like a year or so, the whole country's going to turn into Tan.
I agree with Brew, like the concept of this mysterious island and all. It's an interesting plot to build it around, I guess. That's why they did it.
I'm just like, from their perspective, it seemed like a more efficient way of going about it.
From their perspective, they're stupid.
In the Cage of Eden Island. That's what it was. Guns Monsters in the Cage of Eden Island.
No, the Cage of Eden Island was at least made as like a memento for all the people who disappeared from the flight, and then so they would have a home if they ever reached there.
Not the ending part.
But here it's like, Random island. We live here. Why did you come here? Oh, I baited you in here. Haha. I don't know why I'm asking you why you're here, but haha. Haha. It was a trick all along. Haha. I'm not dumb. You're dumb. Haha. Like, that's actually the Tencent comes out like, humans, why are you here? And then later on it's revealed that the same Tencent was the one who got the humans there. I'm like, what? Excuse me, do you not know your own plans? Like, you guys sit and you fuck all day long and you don't know. Like, that the other person baited the humans in front of you. What? Why would you in any circumstance go and be like, humans, what are you doing here? Like, you called them there. And they're like, oh, you dare to come into our island? Like, you wanted them to come so that you could turn them into juice. Eternal youth juice.
I think they specifically meant why are they there in like the more restricted parts of the island, not like.
But one guy was literally on the blind dude was literally on the beach with that girl, and then this guy floats along like, oh, what are you doing here? I'm like, excuse me. Like it's like I call you home. Okay, you're sitting on my couch, and then I'm like, okay, I'll just go to the bathroom and come back. And I come back, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here? Where did you come in, huh? I'm like, you'll be like, hey, excuse me, you called me here, you let me in. Like, no, what, me? And I remember, I'm like, oh yes, it was a joke after all. yes, of course. This is stupid shit.
But yeah, dude. Even comparing the island to like Cage of Eden, like as you're reading Cage of Eden, like you're discovering things about the island. There are these different areas, villages.
Yeah.
Here it's like just one thing. It's the same thing throughout the island.
They basically explain it right at the start. They're like, hey, exactly. Tree, I'm gonna kill you if you don't tell me the island's layout. Tree's like, okay, so here's how the island is laid out. Like, okay, chill out, okay? Like, I'm just gonna tell you, okay?
Like these, dude, even they were like the Attack on Titan walls, right? The big walls in the center, basically. And you know what? Even like another thing why the references were like quite superficial. When they were talking about how weird these monsters are, there was one seems like this weird, beautiful mandala, and I was like, no, it doesn't look like a fucking mandala. They're just weird Gans monsters.
It just looks like a cursed fucking nightmare.
You're just using the word mandala to describe something that doesn't look like a mandala.
Well, Senta, I think, was the one who mentioned that the fucking the glasses guy. It doesn't look anything like a mandala. It looks nothing. I don't know why anyone would see peace in this shit.
Monsters standing in the forest. I'm like, how is that a mandala?
If I saw a fucking giant, like fucking like tongue like a mile onto the ground and for eyes, I'd just run the other fucking direction. I don't know why anyone would think this is like a peaceful island in any way.
Adi, that's a complete lie, and you know it. You walk on that island, the Tencent be like, the humans, yes, they're here, time to make some juice. And they look at you and they're like, sir, please this way. Our throne right there. You may sit on it right now.
The highest seat is reserved for me.
Yes. Sir, immortality you want? You want, sir? Sir, immortality you want? Please, do not kill.
Yes.
Like, look at this beast. You think Audi can't take this? Audi will just like jump on it, Hulk smash it to the ground and rip its wings off.
Why Hulk? I just fucking hold it by the feet. It's going like the fucking
Well, you could do that too, yes.
Just like continuously. Yeah, like it's the same thing here as well, said bro, by the way. That panel that you're seeing, does that remind you of the orb from Path of Exile? That orb of chaos with like the head parted in the middle or some shit.
Oh yeah, I know what it.
But basically, same overview.
Butterfly, the face, it looked like
the face butterflies.
The god hand from Berserk, right? Like that dude.
The Ubik?
Yeah.
Ubik, yeah. I can never forget the fucking little football's name.
Oh my god. Well, this is not safe for work as fuck, so I'm going to skip past that. Yes.
Audi, what kind of images did you take? Did you keep in mind?
T-Goal Biddy's right over there.
I tried to be very safe about it. Did I?
Yeah, finally, this guy. This guy annoyed the shit out of me so much.
Which guy?
The guy on screen right now, the black-haired dude.
Guy? Yeah.
Shugen.
Who is this guy?
What you don't?
I don't know him. I haven't met him yet, right? Or have I?
So basically, Shugen is this guy who is part of the Yamada Simon thing, and he's supposed to be like this guy who's like overpowered as shit, but he deeply respects all his superiors and all that, and all his fellow people, and he has like he has like a totally black and white sense of justice, which is all criminals and monsters should die, and all the Yamada Simon people should live. and the elder sends like a ton of ninja to go after Gabimaru, and then it's
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
yeah, and this guy, this OP fucker over here, is crying from start to finish. He's like, oh, this person died, and then he just like whoops some people's asses. Goes on to the next one, cries again, whoops their ass, goes on to the next one, cries again, whoops their ass, and in the end, nobody can freaking touch him except this dude, except the main Rain.
I didn't even think this guy touches him at the end of the day. Yeah, this guy is
And still
Rien,
loses a
but
hand.
transformed.
Yeah, because Rien is OP as shit. As he's more OP than the OP swordsman.
Shugen went on a fight against Kansetsusai, the swordsman, the fucking Kenpachi, and he basically you're all cool and all with your justice, but here is where real sword play comes in handy, and fucking basically takes him on in speed and cuts his arm off in the process. And then this guy's just standing there in display like, fuck, the basic bitch criminal cut my arm off. I can't believe it. Oh.
And then he's just like I don't have a right hand now, so I'm gonna become a left-handed swordsman. No problem with that. Takes me all of 2 seconds. And the dude is like, excuse me, I cut off your arm so that you would stop fighting. How are you? What?
He takes the sword, he fucking heats it up in the flame, and then he fucking what is that? What is the thing called? Cauterizes his wound, his cut off arm, just casually, and he's like, I shall use my other arm to be the swift blade of justice. Like, hello, some other reaction. Be human to some extent.
Well, he isn't. Yeah.
And then he fights the god, and then he gets his ass handed to him finally.
Doesn't he can't he like regenerate to an extent? Because
no,
the water this right now. What's his? Not Shugen, the other guy.
No, he can't. Not to that extent.
Bakugo.
Okay.
So
Bakugo and the only ones who can regenerate are Bakugo.
No, even Gabimaru can regenerate.
Yeah, Gabimaru can regenerate, but again, you misunderstand. This new god, this Rien is on a whole new level of OP.
He's not one of the gods on the island.
He's the god.
He's the person who made the rest of the Tencent.
He's the
Shinsen
supposed to be the lady.
So,
or no, they're different.
That is the lady.
No. Yeah, that is the lady. Yeah.
She is the lady.
She is the lady. Yes.
She is the lady.
Not he. She
specifically.
But right now.
No, she's always been she.
No, I took that angle because every other angle is just
has her titties.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm kind of being safe over.
Yeah, sometimes shit, she doesn't have her titties.
No, she always has her titties.
Right? No, she always has her titties.
The other ones can change their gender. Yeah.
The other ones can change, but she's always.
This is the main one with all their powers combined into her, and she's basically the strongest form that.
She only changes genders while she's fighting, basically. Otherwise, she's always a she.
Oh, okay.
If she has to be like a more defensive, take a more defensive stance, she turns into a man and has like this iron hard skin and basically deflects their attacks with her fucking arms and shit. But otherwise, she transforms into a lady again because she's more nimble. Provides them with more focus, so they transform into a woman more often.
I see.
But basically, the way they end her is the most original thing ever in the history of writing ever, which is
wait. Just remember that this panel writer does not do justice to the amount of power she shows. She basically transformed into a 6-armed fucking 7-eyed deva, and she basically standing like a literal god among them. Get up and all the fucking the band going up, like behind their back and all the cloth waist. Like a halo behind them, all of that shit, the whole get up, literal god fighting among them. Even like the whole 6 of them were there on that boat. 6 of them ganged up on Rien god form. Basically, they used all of their strongest moves. Like this Gabimaru pulled out some secret art style from the ninja thing that he never ever showed up until that point. And this guy just like reverts back to like normal form. Like, what's up, bitches? You didn't touch me for jack shit. Yeah, that's how god form this guy is.
Basically, the way they kill this person in the end is by Gabimaru destroys the preserved body or the statue of the Grand Master, which he's trying to revive.
Okay.
And because he gets destroyed, she goes into a state of shock and deep emotional distress. And at that time, she gets cut in half. That's it. That's how she dies.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like Abimaru.
No, Gabimaru destroys the statue, and then Sagira, whatever her name is, cuts this person in half and cuts off the main core. And then.
Oh. So she's like, he died. And
no,
he's
it's
like,
like,
haha, got you.
He died. Yeah, I died as well. That's it. That's pretty much it. That's all.
So what happened to all the reserves of Tan and whatnot built up inside of her? She like collected all the Tan from other immortals as well, right? She's
she was too distracted, you see. The love of her life, who died 1,000 years ago, died again. So she was like, this is too sad.
All that meditation didn't even help her concentrate.
I know, right?
Nothing fucking worked in the end.
And she's just like, oh, that bitch just, and then she's like, I'm dead. I see.
I'm dead.
Then in the end, she's basically like,
simple
you know what? I thought of this the wrong way. Instead of bringing you back, I should have just died. I could have been with you. And everyone's like, didn't think of that, did you?
If the plot wouldn't exist, bro.
I know, but it's still like the villain herself says it. It's not like the hero says it like, hey, maybe you should just kill yourself. No, she's like, if I'd killed myself, I would have been with you. And then she's like, maybe I should have done that from the start. And everyone's just like,
Yeah. See,
maybe.
See,
spots.
exactly. Like, see, again, it's like how Naruto, changed Nagato the same way she also changed after dying.
There's a very big difference.
Let me get this right. All
know,
the
I'm just
explanation
joking.
that they had to fucking like mental gymnastics that they had to go through, like cut off their navel, pierce their navel, and cut off to the right side and all that shit. All that bull amounted to fucking nothing because this bitch got distracted by a statue breaking off next to her.
Yeah, and basically they do cut off the navel and like they slice the core along with it. But yeah,
I mean, yeah, but then it wasn't like the first time doesn't ever cut it right for them because they.
Yeah, but she was distracted by her husband dying again. You see, she was like, "Oh no, statue die, husband no longer come back. This very bad. Oh no," and then she died.
That's also like killing titans, right? You cut them for your and
Yeah,
they die.
Of course.
Yeah, that's true. That is like killing titans.
That is like killing titans. Yeah.
But I feel like that's like basic bitch mythology, where you have some creature has to be cut a certain way. Like this goes back to Achilles, which is like, hey, you can't kill me unless you hit an arrow into my heel. Like, oops, then I die instantly. But which makes no fucking sense.
The fights also
because
make the fights pretty easy. But what?
Yeah, but even the Achilles story makes no sense because it's like you have to kill him by attacking his one vulnerable spot. But the vulnerable spot is not even like a vital spot. How does he die? He should just be like, ow, that hurt. Like, it's recovered. Okay, cool.
Died out or something. I don't know. Like, God put him in a coma or something.
What? No, he legit dies.
Just had like a checklist,
He is running around. He's running around and he legit dies. The arrow is guided by, who was it? Hera? Was it? I don't remember. But the arrow is guided by some goddess and it hits him in the heel and then he just like, and he dies. Of all the stupid shit.
Was it some goddess? I thought fucking Eric Bana just shot that shit and like, he just fucking landed on his feet over there.
No, it is guided by a god or goddess. It wasn't completely.
Was it Athena?
It's like,
maybe it was Athena. But if you're talking about Achilles, like one of the most famous and fearsome warriors on the battlefield. You think someone's just going to shoot an arrow and Achilles will just be like, la 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 la, ha ha, look, heal, hey.
That's basically what happened.
No.
I mean, that's essentially the movie.
There was divine intervention.
There shooting stuff and he's like, yep, well, arrow in my foot. Oops, I die.
That's also like Karna from Mahabharata, right? Like he's immortal because of the armor. But they ask him for, they're like, yes, I'll give him. They're like, haha, bye. And they kill him because he's not immortal because he gives his armor away.
It's like the Lord of the Rings where it's like, no man can kill me. And then he's like, I am no man. Always an iconic scene.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong. I love Lord of the Rings. But yeah, this and then they do a very smart thing after this, mind you. They're like, guys, if we all go back, the Shogun will still only let one person live with the pardon. So what do we do? And everyone's like, what do we do? This is a very... They're like, how about this? You just take a boat and fuck off the other direction. That's it. I'll just tell them you died. And they're like, okay, cool, that works. So he goes back to the Shogun. He's like, yes, Sagiri came back. Gabimaru dead. Here is some shit from his body. And this other person dead. Here is some shit from her body. This dude, this criminal got elixir of life for you. Sagiri made sure he's all good. We brought it back. And the others, they're all dead. They're just dead, dude. Don't even look for them. They're dead. I'm telling you that. Trust me, bro. They're dead. And then the Shogun is like, yeah, you know what? I don't give a shit. Like, here, take your part and give me the elixir of life. And what this guy does is he basically tells the Shogun to attack the village that Gabimaru comes from and kill the elder, okay? And then he takes Gabimaru's wife and puts her in a nunnery or something, and then he just has to go and find her. And that's how they both like end up happily together ever after. And the village chief just dies like an off-screen death where they're just like, yeah, we killed him. And he's like, okay. And they show that they fed him the immortality thing before beheading him. And then a tree grows where he dies, basically. And then they're like, okay. And then this guy's like, now, my Shogun, my lord, you can become a tree and live on forever, protecting our kingdom. And they're like, yes. And then Gabimaru's like, hey, I'm happy with my wife. And Sagiri goes and meets her later. And then
I don't know why they chose to go so many angles on such a story. I feel like
early, yeah.
I don't know why they decided to stop everybody from going out of the island once they enter. And then the ending is just like, we'll just tell the government you're dead, you know. Like that's something we could have done from the start. And it wouldn't have really hurt us in any way at all.
They didn't know the amount of danger they were in, right? I mean, it's not like they got boats full of flowered people, basically. So, you know.
Yeah, but Audi, if you see the beginning, like the Shogun didn't even know about he didn't know where the island was. He's like, oh, there's an island somewhere there, go look for it kind of thing, right?
Hold up.
He didn't even know about the location.
You need to know where the island is coming from when you have boats.
Yeah, but the thing is, they didn't even have to go...
But come on, if you saw shit like that, would you really send anyone there?
Hey, I would send people if I was the king. If their lives didn't matter to me, I'd be like, yo, go fuck off, die for all I care. I just want that shit.
It's something I'm willing to do.
Yeah. But then these idiots, Yamada, Saimon, like, we listen to the Shogun no matter what. Giant monster comes and literally kills everybody in front of me. I listen to Shogun. Shogun, please help, please. I'm monster killing everybody, help. And they're like, well, now you're on your own, fuck it. And they're going to be like, hey, okay, criminals, listen. We're taking a boat and we're fucking off before we die, okay? We're going to go back and we're going to tell them that all the criminals died. We had to execute all of them. You do whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a shit anymore because I've seen enough shit over here to make me question my existence 20 times over. So I'm going to go back to the government and be like, yeah, let's just live a normal life. And you guys fuck off, and that's it. And they could have just ended it there, but no.
They haven't just done right then and there itself. Like the first time they killed off a monster, they could have just literally taken a boat, gone back, and killed off another monster because they managed it the first time just fine without having to learn about Tao and all that bullshit. And from what the manga shows, only the basic bitch monsters live at the edge of the island. If there's no way that the Tensen are going to be like, oh well, the humans are here, you know.
Especially when they didn't even know why they were there. Like, oops, yes, I forgot. We'll load you in. Oops.
They could literally just turn back 5 minutes after.
And the thing is, even if the Asemon tried to stop them, like the Asemon literally were also sent there on a suicide mission. Like,
exactly.
Go die with these criminals.
Exactly.
You're a criminal, but we are not calling you a criminal, but go there.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, once you see these creatures, who in their right mind is like, I need to go further to take care of more stuff. And no,
the Jika guy had the fucking brains, you know. Like,
yeah,
he was like,
Jika guy smart.
What? Yeah. You know what? This island, mere aukat ke bhai. Get the fuck out of here. Only then because the Shogun fucking ruins him. Like, oh no, you have to go back to the island again. He's like, well, fuck it, I guess.
No, not only that, but
otherwise they just bailed back.
You see,
they could have just done it.
As Sagiri, okay, you look at Gabimaru and you see how Gabimaru literally cannot be killed, and then he's getting manhandled by a demon over there, and you're like, seems fine too. We should charge straight ahead. If I were, I'd be like, listen, I'd be like, Monster, listen, do you know how much I tried to kill that guy? The Monster would be like, I'll go over and she'd be like, okay, cool, bye. Fun meeting you, dear Monster, but I go the other way now.
Which is basically what fucking happens for like the first half itself.
No, the entirety of it, Gabi Maru's like, there's a god, but my wife is waiting for. Like, I don't give a shit. Just go out, swim if you have to. You can hold your breath. You're athletic. Just don't. Why do you even need a boat?
Dude, there'll be like one or two monsters that are holding the coast.
After he had a self-realization, he could have gone, like, literally, he has the strength to kill the Shogun also.
I know, right?
And, like, just go to his wife after that. Like, he's that strong,
Sure
so he didn't have to keep going.
No, I think he knew that, but at that point, he was just too fucking depressing, and he was like, yeah, life ain't worth living, fuck it, marne de, and he just submitted himself to the executioners at that point.
Yeah, but
later on the island, he was like,
didn't even have to get on the boats, I think.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, he was.
No, I can understand why they wanted.
Even after he like unlocked his Tao shit and he still wanted to go back to.
Yeah, he could have just fucking turned back and like
kill everyone on the way.
Literally, they're like the best ninja ever. Like this guy can actually.
And if he really cared about Sagiri and all, he could have just knocked her out, taken her with him, and been like, you see, we got the elixir, but it fell on the way on the boat. It fell into the water. I'm sorry, so I can't. How about I go my own way, you go your own way. Cool, bye bye.
It fell into my mouth. I'm immortal. Die.
Oh my god.
It just kills the Shogun.
Like I understand that maybe eventually all of Japan gets destroyed by butterflies by turn you into flower butterflies. But
holy shit, dude, Mickey would freak if he saw those things.
No.
The regular butterflies fuck him up anyways. I'm pretty sure these ones are like, I'm out. See ya. Fuck
yeah,
this.
They have like human faces and shit.
Fucking accepts his fate.
Yeah. But see, like the anime is coming out, right? Do you guys think it's gonna pop off? Like, people are gonna love it.
Probably
right?
looking at the manga and anime that's being popularized right now, I'm pretty sure it's going to be very popular.
It's not a bad manga in any way, so it's like it'll translate well as an anime.
It's a bad manga in many ways, sir.
I don't think it'll be as popular as like Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen right
now.
No way, right? But
wait, how well
did Jujutsu Kaisen and Demon Slayer both broke world records when they got their movies? So
world records, yeah. No, but even
Record
the
of Ragnarok
animes
was
were really
doing well in the
popular.
beginning,
Like
right?
the animes were like the biggest thing that came out, right?
Yeah, but yeah.
What?
No, I was asking. Record of Ragnarok did really popular in the beginning.
No,
right?
it didn't do that popular.
Or did that also?
Come on, it wasn't.
I literally haven't read a single good review about Record of Ragnarok.
Yeah. Dude, nowadays people are only talking about Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Attack on Titan. Like these three things is all you hear about.
Oh yes, Attack on Titan. Oh yes, the final season. Yes, I remember. Yes, I do.
Yes.
Who wants some genocide?
Dude, was there something
Enough of that
like
in this one.
they were review bombing Breaking Bad fans or something?
Yeah. That happened with Attack on Titan and some other show. I don't remember which one.
Apparently this season Breaking Bad fans are review bombing Attack on Titan.
Makes sense.
Huh?
Yeah.
Why?
Because Attack on Titan fans, no offense if you're an Attack on Titan fan. Actually, fuck you if you're an Attack on Titan fan after all this. But basically, Attack on Titan fans have such small egos about their own favorite series that if anything in the world is considered better than Attack on Titan, it must be destroyed immediately. If Isayama didn't write it, it doesn't belong at the top. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Isayama's the only genius the world has ever produced.
Personal agendas.
Yeah, a lot of idiots went around review bombing other shows so that Attack on Titan would gain the #1 spot on IMDb.
But who gives a shit? It's fucking IMDb, dude. Like, come on.
Even then, you do realize the number of shows you have to dethrone for Attack on Titan to get to the top.
Website in and of itself, yeah.
The sheer number of shows you have to defeat to get to the top is not a small number.
Dude,
like even if you're 7th or whatever, you still need to get like so many reviews just to go to first.
Anime fans are a minority on IMDb.
Anime fans, when they get toxic, holy shit, they're the worst level of toxicity I've seen.
Yeah,
especially with Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan has the unfortunate fate of being like in the middle where both anime and non-anime fans like it, and so it gets double the toxic members, and it's like nuclear waste.
Double-edged.
When Attack on Titan fans start arguing, it's nuclear waste. That's all I can say. There is so much toxicity just being spewing out at that point.
Yeah, but before Attack on Titan, there was never like a toxic fan base like this, right? Before, like
there were a lot of toxic fan bases, but Attack on Titan seemed to take it to a new level. Yeah, Evangelion, pretty toxic fan base. Okay.
Yeah, but that's still small. Like, even like Naruto has a very like toxic fan base. The people who like defend everything, but you have those everywhere.
Yeah, at least the thing with Naruto's fan base is when Naruto turned to shit, and then Boruto was started out, emerged from that shit as more shit, and then Kishimoto took on Boruto to stop it from being shit, but then just exploded it in more shit. Yes. Fans were like, Kishimoto, you done fucked up. They were like, dude, you're a good writer, you're a good drawer. Please do not fuck it up like this, okay? Do not screw up this legacy you have created yourself. But with Isayama, when shit became shit and then shit, everyone was like, Isayama, God, nobody is better. Look at the genius. He has written such delicious shit for me to consume.
It's like, it's not that great, and you're like, no, it is great.
Yeah.
Control 9K says all fan bases can get toxic. You're lucky you don't have one.
Wow.
You don't have a fan.
You're toxic enough for that, I think. Fucking didn't respond for the entire episode and comes in just to burn us at the end.
Just about this.
Now, see, the thing is, I would like to think that if we got a fan base ever, we would moderate it well enough to get out toxicity as soon as it shows its head. Like if somebody is being an asshole on our Discord or somebody is being an asshole on our comments, we are going to remove them, even if they are like people who have been very close to the channel for a very long time.
Yeah.
And
or call them out.
Yeah, or call them out. Or if you guys go to some other, like, I'm not saying if you go to Trash Taste and say Weeb101's better, I'm going to be like, okay, that's true. That's the truth right there. But
yeah, you can mention us to them like it's cool.
Yeah, like multiple times a stream. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Even you can say Weeb101 sucks, it's fine. Like, you'll be like, oh, what's Weeb101?
At least get the name out there.
Yeah. You can say Weeb101 or Nandemo, either one, because it leads to us anyway. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. But if there are people who are being toxic for no reason, we will make sure we kick them out of our community at least. If not, I can't, like, if somebody makes a Weeb101 Facebook group and then they Nandemo Facebook group and they control it, we can't do anything there. But if we have a group and somebody says something, most of
these groups are formed. Like it as far as our own control goes, we can only do so much, right? Because if someone makes their own fan group of a but then K-pop, for example, is like the biggest fucking offender right there. Everyone makes like a fan group of each fucking idol, and they're like, I fanboy on this one.
Yeah, but you see that
they can't really control it.
The responsibility falls on the person who made the forum in the first place. If I make a Reddit, if I make a subreddit and then I don't moderate it, then it's my fault.
Image of it all, toxicity in fan bases are going to happen one way or another, because even the responsible ones can't really account for like the fucking mass of toxicity
in fan bases doesn't always happen.
It does not. Yeah, it really does not.
Fan bases are also really good.
Have you seen the Philip DeFranco's show's fan base?
It's so nice. Yeah.
They were voted YouTube's best fan base. Okay, because none of them were toxic. They were all having civil discussions. Yeah. Why? Because Philip DeFranco said, "You motherfucker, you make sure you are talking properly. Do not insult each other. Do not be toxic to each other." And they listen.
So if it comes direct from the source.
And even the guy was like the only in Japan guy's fan base is so fucking nice.
We can look at.
I think the only in Japan channel is generally nice. There is there's no room for toxicity in that channel.
No, we can look at a lot of these old channels, especially SourceFed. I haven't seen anything particularly toxic about SourceFed at all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
A lot of people make some dumb comments, sure, but nobody's like intentionally an asshole.
It depends on the type of content you're creating. Because most people who like think similarly are like, I relate. They flock towards the people, right? So, if you are a shitty person,
that
shitty
eventually
people
gets
will
formed,
flock to you. Yeah. So it depends on that. And Control 9K says, I'll send $100 donation and say to make sure I get hurt.
God. works.
Works.
But yeah. No, and the other thing is, like, even if you attract shitty people, if you tell them to not be a shitty person, then you are automatically helping somebody, at least not everybody, but somebody be less shitty. Like that dude who messaged us on Instagram.
It at least helps clear.
Remember that guy?
Like that dude, oh my god.
Yeah. Remember that guy, the guy who messaged us on the Attack on Titan fanboy who messaged us on Instagram and told me to go fuck my girlfriend.
Fuck your girlfriend.
Yeah. Thinking it was a great insult.
Right.
So fun story for those of you who don't know. This guy was really pissed off because I insulted the last chapter of Attack on Titan, and he felt the need to tell me to go fuck my girlfriend, which was according to him a very bad insult.
Hey, he thought you were celibate, so that can be an insult, right? Yeah.
And Sid and Audi basically told me not to reply to him at all, but I sent him this very nice reply. And then he immediately reformed himself. It was almost transformative. Okay,
he became a buck.
These two didn't believe me when I said that being nice helps. But that guy changed their perspectives entirely. He messaged us for a week. He messaged us for a week straight, just apologizing, saying, sorry, please look at this. I didn't mean to. Sorry, please, sorry. And then he comments on other things saying, hey, Attack on Titan, new chapter release. Please comment on this. I'm sorry. I'm like, God damn it. I can't. I'm just going to ignore this guy.
And Brew kept ignoring him. Yeah, that was
I think that was just some poor kid that tried to make an insult to the fucking your girlfriend thing.
Yeah, but if
because you can just see from that poor...
Even on TikTok, right, this 10-year-old was making fun of Brew or something. Yeah. I don't know what is it.
He seemed like a 10-year-old. Yeah, he seemed like a 10-year-old.
Oh man.
But
at least he apologized, right? I mean, at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
this is surprising.
If I was like somebody else in the YouTube space, I'm not going to mention any names, and I just was replied snarkily back, then that guy is going to be even more of an asshole, and more people see it as a justification to being an asshole. But if you be nice, you tell them that shit's not cool, or at least making it clear to your community, if nobody else, that you don't stand for that shit.
Yeah, Brew engage, for me, I just don't give any power to that shit.
You just ignore everybody.
The opposite side of the
but Brew tries to basically
Brew convert
them into his religion of niceness.
Our Discord is very pretty much proof of that right there. It's like arguments that will boil down to...
We are very active. Please join our Discord.
Yes, you can. No, but seriously though, the number of death threats sent to people who try to continue Attack on Titan with an alternate ending on the subreddit is atrocious. That's not how you moderate your community. You delete those. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it goes along with your views or not. You still delete that shit.
The breeding ground for hate at that point. Why?
Yeah.
Do you really have to hate it so much that you hate the fucking writer for it? What the fuck?
They're opposite ends. They're opposite ends.
Love turns into
hate, so there are a lot of people who send death threats to Isayama, and the people who send death threats to people who say Isayama's writing was not all that great. So they're both sides. So
it's like one person is fueling the other.
Yeah. So the thing is, they both are at eternal war with each other because one side is like Isayama is the worst, the other side is like Isayama is the best, and they're forever at war with each other. And then my original goal was when talking about Attack on Titan was to criticize it, not hate on it. Was just to criticize it. Story started out well, but it kind of went down at this point, and people are like, "Oh, you said what?"
Yeah, that's the thing. We don't hate the person. We don't hate Isayama like the person, chill with him. It's fine. But there are people who...
In fact, I feel sorry for Isayama. I feel very bad for Isayama.
The way it sounds like everyone is trying to fill their fucking ego here by saying the ending is bad. Isayama just being there stop guys, I'm done bro. It's over.
No, that's the thing. I've said this before. Isayama himself was like, I bit off more than I could chew. I did not do this justice. I should have written it much better, but I'm not capable of doing it. And people are still like, Isayama best writer ever. Oh my god, look at the symbolism.
Why does he have to say bit off more than he could chew? The motherfucker wrote a story at the end of the day. That was his own.
Yeah, but he's like, I didn't do it justice. It was more. It was more than I could
give it to them. Like that's like ammunition.
No, but like that's at least he accepted that he fucked up. He's like, yeah, I did not do the justice.
Yeah, you can accept that you didn't do justice to the ending, but then bite off more than you could chew just makes it sound like these guys are in the right. Like fuck them. Like
but you're going to be again. You have a crowd against you and for you, so you don't really win either way.
Yeah.
So you just do what you do. So I respect Isayama for that.
Control 9K is asking, is that the official subreddit or just fan made? Attack on Titan one.
That is fan made. There is no official subreddit for any of the manga or anime that we usually talk about because it's all fan made. But at the end of the day, the person who makes it, according to Reddit themselves, should not be spreading hate. That is one of Reddit's rules.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be spreading hate. You're not supposed to have it.
Regardless of the basis of it.
Yeah. And
not just religion or gender.
And for Christ's sake, a fictional story about Titans destroying the world is not something that deserves death threats, I think. I could be wrong.
Right?
I might be too radical with this view.
They don't. Yeah, the thing is, they like. This guy has created this thing that you like. Don't shit on him. Like you like it because of this guy.
Yeah.
They separate the story from like the guy. They're like, you're fucking it up. They forget that he's the one who created it in the first place.
Never understand why people go to those lengths. Like. Yeah, you know what? Worship him all you want. But fuck it. Do you at the end of the day. But try not to be so toxic that it hurts the other person who took time out of their lives to write the story for you at the end of the day, at the very least.
And like, again, like, no, good or bad, like in the end, it's their story. They do whatever they want to. Like, you can do whatever you want with your story in the end.
Yeah, and people can tell you if it's shit, of course. But death threats, maybe not.
Yeah, telling people it's shit is one thing. Trying to take their life over it.
Yeah, criticism is fine, but like don't hate the person.
Yeah. That's why they have like Q&As and all that. Like they want the people's opinions out there. But if you go way past the Q&As and make fucking fan subreddits where you just want to showcase your list of death threats that you have lined up for Isayama.
No, Adi, you're misunderstanding it. You see, the official subreddit loves Isayama. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So there was this team of people who wanted to make an alternate ending because they thought the ending was not good enough. The official subreddit sent death threats to these people because they tried to change Isayama's ending, you see. That, it's not Isayama, it's just some randos on the internet. That's much better. Yeah, it's a...
In cases, you can't expect any good moderation, like Reddit rules matter.
Hey, you know what? Writing prompts has good moderation. Okay, they took me down in like no time.
That is true. They were very fucking efficient in that shit.
That they did, yes, that is true. Mm-hmm.
And well, but I don't know. For all you know, the moderator himself is like 15 years old. He's like, oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Moderators, like at least like proper moderators on Reddit actually do a good job in the subreddits they are working for. Like so on Titan because that just sounds like a place where like a fucking pedestal and they have like Isayama statue, like 35 foot tall bronze statue over there. Like Isayama, yes. Isayama G, or I don't know.
Isayama G apparently.
I
wouldn't be surprised if they actually worship him there as well.
Yeah, I don't think you should be worshiping anybody.
What can you do?
As much as I like Oda, I don't worship the guy. I just really like the story he's written. I just like his art and I like the person he is because he's shown through his work a lot of different representation and a lot of different
Not just
ideas.
His work, but then even like personal questions that people send him, he also answers in a very genuine manner. Like he's like, there's certain things I can't do.
That's the thing. I think all authors do it genuinely, but then in the end, when your toxic fan base comes out like this, you're just like, dude, what did I do?
Why did I start?
Yeah, why did I
even open my mouth anymore?
And a lot of people will like come out and be like, oh, you know what, you're just saying you shouldn't criticize them. No, criticize them. Constructive criticism is great.
Yeah, sure.
Like,
it's amazing. Yeah.
Like, what's that? Eden Zero, I kept saying, like, God damn it, I would have enjoyed the story so much more if you had some more original stuff in it. I liked the story in the end. I still follow it. It was a good story. It's still a good story, but it would have been so much better if he had done made a few changes. And everyone was like, "Oh, what you say about this? Yeah, you don't understand
Dude, they
art.
were
You need to
paragraphs.
understand art."
Yeah, they don't know. Yeah, like you don't hate the guy. Like he's cool. Like he's talented. But people were like straight up, you hate Hiro Mashima. You don't understand it because you don't like this piece of work he made. You're shitting on him.
Like, do you even understand art, bro? Do you understand how using the same character in multiple manga is a feature, not a bug? Yeah, that's it. Every community has its toxicity, but I just think Attack on Titan gets toxicity from anime fans and non-anime fans. Because non-anime fans are like, "Hey, first anime I've seen is the best shit ever."
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Yes.
It should be like the old days, the first non-anime fans was like Cowboy Bebop, like that's cool. Like no one has anything to say except that's freaking cool.
Yeah, I don't know. The Cowboy Bebop, like the number of people who refused to give the live action a chance, even sad. But
I think that was more of a nostalgia factor, right?
Somebody got some 20,000 signatures or something to get Cowboy Bebop season 2 back online on Netflix. I don't know how many signatures it's up right now, but basically they're trying to get the live action to continue, which would be cool. It's still a fun way for people to get into stuff.
Yeah, it is. And the thing is, people usually have that illusion of like their anime, right, that they want to preserve, I guess, which happens. But there are lots of live actions that even I actually like it, see it as it is.
Yeah, but for me, the live action part, the main thing is just the extra audience it brings into just spreading your ideas to a lot more people.
Like the story and everything was different, you still enjoy.
I had some problems, but it was enjoyable still.
Like Faye's character, which the thing is, most people who like Cowboy Bebop, everyone like had problems with her character and how she chose to.
More than anything, I had a problem with Daniela Pineda, like insulting people who questioned her at all on social media. That was pretty fucked up.
Right?
She she was legit like firing back at everybody for no fucking reason. She should just like shut
firing
up
back, but then like hyping up the show so much that it was like
but hyping up a show is like a part of her job. She's literally one of the main actresses in the show.
But she said that it's going to be a fucking banger. Like it's going to be the best shit ever. Definitely should watch this. Everyone kind of suffered.
But imagine you work on a 3D movie and then they're like, "Hey, listen, put out your thoughts on social media," and you're like, "Guys, don't watch this shit. It's absolute trash. What do you think is going to happen?"
I'm not saying like watch it like it's absolute. Don't watch it. It's absolute trash. But then she made it sound like it's like
but that's what everyone has to do. You don't have a choice. Like you can't badmouth it even if you don't like. Unlike season 8 of Game of Thrones, nobody was allowed to badmouth it according to their contract. All of them had to resort to like little eye motions. They're like, yes, it's something you would have never expected.
I remember the videos, the bangers.
It was freaking crazy. It went from something like the world loved and was obsessed with. Like people were like, "Holy shit!" Like this, they used to live Game of Thrones at one point in time.
I have a cousin.
Fuck that shit.
I have a cousin who named his daughter Arya because of Game of Thrones.
See, dude,
my God.
People used to wait for the release. Like, it's released, let's watch it together. Like that used to be a thing people did.
Yeah, my brother and I used to watch Game of Thrones every Monday. Was it? It was released here. We'd watch it here together.
Yeah, cousin's just going to show like season 7 and 8 won't ever be mentioned.
Yeah, I don't know when they named her, and I don't know why they named her Arya of all things. But at least it's not Khaleesi.
Apparently, that was one of the common names of that year.
Yeah, it was. Absolute. And Adochi told me that he knows someone who named their son Erin after Eren Yeager. I was like, do you know that Erin is like...
that's how you get bullied.
That's like a genocide-loving maniac. He's like, I don't know, but they named him Erin after Eren Yeager. Like, that's the worst fucking name I've heard in a while.
Might as well name him after his inspiration,
Yeah. Just name him Hitler. Be done with it. It's fine.
He was going to get bullied one way or the other. Might as well have the really intense name with it.
No, it's just a lot of non-anime people be like, Hitler? Really? But then they're like, Eren, that's normal. And then one day they watch Attack on Titan and they're like, flashback to 10 years ago when I saw that kid, Eren Yeager. Really? That was his name?
Seeing how anime is really taking a hold right now, slowly taking a hold. I'm pretty sure in a few years' time, kids will be like, yes, Eren is a very common name in Hindu households.
It's strange, even like the 21st century boy, the symbol they have, which is of like that cult that wants to commit genocide,
Yeah.
Getting a tattoo of that energy representing that cult, right? That because members of that cult and they write letters with that symbol on them, which like I think me and Bru talked about it also before, when the armbands, like those people, Eldian armbands, because it represents genocide, so they had to remove it.
It doesn't just represent genocide. We all know what it fucking represents.
But what? I have no idea how that product even was approved and released. Like, hey guys, how about we wear this little thing on our hand that segregates us from other people? Huh?
Customs in Germany just had the shock of their fucking life. Like, oh, are you sure this is a product that is being sold right now?
It must have raised a few eyebrows in Germany for sure. Or anywhere in Europe, people are just like,
yes.
Fucking, they brought it to Poland. Poland has a fucking digital flashback of that.
What the fuck are these guys doing? No, I just like anime.
It's not Hitler, it's Eren. Completely different person, I'm telling you. Genocide one way or the other, but completely different.
Yes.
And then pretty sure there'll be someone who's like, oh, snowflakes can't even differentiate between reality and anime.
I remember this, right? The fucking Oda, right? He had to remodel Whitebeard's flag. Because Whitebeard's original flag for the Whitebeard Pirates was a skull with a reverse, like the Buddhist swastika behind it.
I see.
And he thought that it looked, like in general, the editors at church, Nazi, like at the end of the day. And they thought, change it up.
The swastika or like the mandu or whatever, like it's still used everywhere around Asia.
It's still used everywhere, but then see, that's the thing, right?
We have it on doors outside. You walk around outside, you'll see it on every fucking door.
Yeah, but then that's
just wondering if a World War II veteran is like, I'm going on vacation to India, and they're like, oh, flashbacks!
Yeah, you're like, what the fuck?
It's different,
like,
guys.
Anywhere in Asia, right? Like Japan, like all these.
Yeah.
They're gonna see it everywhere.
It's
like
talk about one guy taking a huge symbol in this.
Change the swastika.
I know, right? See, but even that is different, Audi. Like even like Tokyo Revengers use that symbol, but they didn't use it in a way to represent the Nazis.
That's my point.
They used it in its actual like religious.
Yeah, they just used it to represent a group of delinquents beating the shit out of other people.
Yeah, basically. No, but
that's my point. Like a group
was not from the Nazis. That's what I'm
saying. Yeah. This was like long back, I think, like when they first had to introduce Whitebeard as well.
You can get the Tokyo Revengers quote, like the
but like doesn't the name itself say use the word Manju and something? I don't remember.
Yeah, it does. Yes.
Manju, yeah. Yeah, that's what he even Oda used the Manju as well, but then they were like the Manju kind of looks, similar to the.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I'm pretty sure it was due to Western outcry because Eastern people at least know the difference between the swastikas that exist around Europe. I think they were even in as well. Earlier, I should have said Asia. But then, like, the symbolism is kind of famous, so they had to just change it at that point.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm surprised that they could just run with red armbands with the logo on top of it straight up.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a hey, but gotta sell that merch somehow.
Like, were they running out of ideas for merch that they had to do that? Like, come on.
Like, you know what? They should have just freaking gotten official Titan masks, and that would have been enough. That would have been more than enough.
Yeah.
Or like a Titanize yourself, like it's just a mask with like lines drawn all over it. So when you wear it, you look like your face has become a Titan. Looks all fucked up. That would be enough.
Yes. Miss Anna Banana 01 says that's a fun fact. The swastika thing, yeah, it is.
Yes,
but swastika is used across many countries, both in Europe and Asia.
There's also this theory that is like supposed to be like the swastika is supposed to be like it's supposed to represent energy being freely moved around, but the Nazi this thing is the other way around, so it actually stops the energy according to mythology.
I said Europe as well, even in like Celtic lore and Gaelic lore, like the Irish side of it all. They have swastikas.
They do have, yes, they do.
Even like Romans had swastikas as well.
The 4 version of the triskelion, the 4 skeleton, I forgot.
4 version of the triskelion. You heard it,
skeleton.
You heard it version of the triskelion. The 4 skeleton.
Yes. Well, they have like various references to swastikas over there as well.
All around the world, actually. Yeah, exactly.
Not in Germany,
like
not anymore.
Not
Germany was like, I shall break the trend.
It's weird, but I mean, it is just atrocious to me that like people call out the swastika in anything they see, but then when there is literal genocide happening in the manga, they're like, it's a story, bro. Can you get over it? Like, come on. Symbol being there, that is a big problem.
But you know, a general swastika is like
Erin going and being like, so we just need to kill everybody over there. That's it. We just kill all of them. That's cool. But then
done. Let's do it.
Yeah, that's it. Just kill them. That's it. What's the worst they're gonna do? Die? And also, like a lot of people were really pissed off with Isayama for what seemed like promoting genocide and promoting racial pride in the sense, like, you know, he was very nationalistic the way he wrote it. So a lot of people were like, Isayama, this manga real sus. Could you not lean into this much, please? And people are like, it's just a story, bro. You don't understand, bro. Isayama's genius, bro.
Well, he would have gotten banned from writing prompts.
Yes, he would have definitely gotten banned from writing prompts.
Much sooner.
Hey, I don't know. I'm just telling you. The bigger you are, the more they let you get away with. Or you just have so much money that you don't give a shit. They're like, hey, you're jailed. Like, okay, take a bill here, out on bail. Bye-bye.
Isayama doesn't need to give a shit, right? Isayama can just literally throw money at all of his problems. Right
no, if I were someone like Isayama or Hideaki Anno,
of his life.
No, that's the thing. If I was like Hideaki Anno or Isayama or a lot of other mangaka out there, the biggest thing I would be worried about is some maniac traveling all the way from US or someplace to Japan just to murder my ass. Like every foreigner comes up like, hey, Tite Kubo, like, what's up? Okay, you're a fan. Okay, what's up?
Like that shit does happen. Like these animation studios also get death threats. You saw Kyoto Animation. You saw what happened. Like it's
the boy
fucking
serious.
Burned
it, right?
Yeah.
And
people get that level of offended on that.
I just have a feeling. I just have a slight feeling that it's going to be someone from outside Japan who goes and does it, and not someone from inside Japan. Slight feeling. Like I'm not saying it has to be American. It can be European. It could be Indian, but it's going to be outside Japan.
They have been arresting people who have been giving threats to all these companies after the Kyoto Animation incident. Like Japan takes it pretty seriously now.
Yeah, but the thing is, like when you're looking at visas, you're not going to go to their Twitter page and be like, okay, did he give the threats to any of our mangaka? Okay, cool, you're allowed. I'm just telling you, man. I fear Japan's for the day that Hideaki Anno or Tite Kubo get attacked. That's going to be because they're like hated for no reason at all.
They're hated for no reason, dude. Like people are so obsessed and love what they're like, like there's no reason.
Yeah.
Like don't you know that like this work wouldn't exist if not for that person?
Yeah, what you enjoyed wouldn't exist either.
Your life revolves around it. You're so obsessed with it. You hate its creator.
And imagine if somebody else took over and they fucked it all up.
Yeah.
Real Baker 2716 asks, was good, bud? What are you all talking about? Well, originally we were talking that we read Jigokuraku or Hell's Paradise. But now we kind of went off on a tangent since we got done with the segment, and now we are talking about how toxic fan bases can really ruin someone's life.
That was also a while ago.
Yes.
Yeah, that was also.
Now we're just talking about.
Back to that,
I was just saying, like, Japan's government must have a wild fucking ride, like documenting all these things. Like, how many other terrorist attacks are going on today? Like, what are the main causes of these things? And the first one is like, like psychic. That's normal. Then the second reason, like anime cults or anime following, like, Fucking anime of all things is like the second best reason as to why terrorist attacks happen over there.
Someone with a suicide bomber or something will be caught and shot dead, and then be like, we checked out his Facebook profile, and boy, that did not answer a lot of questions.
Yep.
Yeah.
This
His profile
person
picture
was
was more than
inspired by
enough.
Eren Yeager.
Fucking Attack on Titan banned. I think just
And
saying that gets us screwed. I don't know
also,
why.
like, even the guy who threatened Square Enix, he used to send them messages like that he'll kill them and stuff. He also got arrested, right? There was a
What is
dude
this
who
story
was
about?
threatening
That's-
Square
that's-
Enix
that's the thing,
a
look at
while ago. Like, the police, like, they found his like IP and they're like, yo, he arrest you for like. Apparently, he sent like lots of death threats to like the developers and all, of the studio.
Yeah, but how many people are not getting caught these days, Mike?
Yeah, a lot of people are not getting caught.
I've
like
seen
the
some
police.
different levels of crazy, man. Like like it's not
Dude,
only
like, forget big studios. Like, you have like there are normal people who are like online who get like death threats if someone doesn't like them.
yeah. I mean, okay. See, at least the thing is like if you're online and you yourself are behind a Twitter persona or something, it's not as easy to get to the real you. But when these people
That's
have
true.
to put their addresses online because otherwise they don't get business, you're like kind of screwed.
Yeah, that is scary.
Like
that's pretty
Kubrick
scary.
got like what he thought was a bomb after Clockwork Orange, but turned out to be a fan who made a real Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
Like imagine, okay, like you're walking down the street, someone's like, I'm gonna murder your ass, and then the next day you're like, I hear a bomb, guys.
Yeah, no, that and even like the Square Enix guy, he sent the death threats because he couldn't win at the game and he got frustrated and he's like, "Fuck you guys for making such a game," and he got pissed at them. Yeah, because he couldn't fucking win. Imagine, like, is that a reason to send death threats?
Hey, if the game is so difficult, maybe they should make it easier for me, huh? If they don't want to die, that is. No, like
It's
And
the
they
game
make pretty
journalist
easy
part.
games, dude. They make shit like Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy. Like, they don't make Dark Souls.
Which game was this? What, like fucking
I
Hitman
don't
2
know.
or some
I
shit?
don't know. I'll have to look it up.
I wonder
But
how
yeah,
many.
it's
Only
looking crazy.
Tough game
No,
is
but
Hitman, yeah.
see, that's the thing. I've seen
So
the other
it was,
side of crazy as well, which is which was
It was
Was?
Dragon Quest. Dragon
Let's
Quest
see.
5, apparently.
Oh.
he's
Rambo Red
like-
Devil asks, Arjit, the fuck is Arjit Singh now?
Arjit Singh, the
Isn't he
singer.
like
No.
a singer? Yeah, isn't like a singer that my mom listens to.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
I don't know.
What did he say?
Arjit Singh. I don't know who this is supposed to look like. I'm assuming Brew, considering he has curly hair.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude, it was a 39-year-old dude who was losing
I see.
in the game
Wow.
sending death threats.
Oh no.
Cool username, bruv, says I'm the cop. Who should I arrest or should I say killed in crossfire? Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, you
Question,
don't know.
no one gets arrested. I'm here.
You don't know who is going to be who's going to lose their shit and actually start killing people in weird ways. Like, I know
Yeah.
America gets a lot of flack for like having so many domestic mass shootings, but like this, I'm pretty sure any random person is going to get real sad that they didn't win a game of Dota and they're going to like be like, Valve office burned tomorrow morning. That's it. They're fucked. Oh,
I have
by the way.
seen-
By the way, so I saw the other side of crazy. Okay, because of the whole Dota thing, everyone's been turning on Valve because the major getting cancelled and all. They've been getting real pissed. One guy had
Yeah,
a
you
genius
mentioned it
idea.
last time.
I read his idea and I wanted to kill myself. He said,
On Reddit.
"Yeah." He made an entire long post about it. I read through the entire thing and my brain was dead by the end of it. His idea is that Valve are an incompetent company. Clearly, they don't know how to do anything right. So we make a new Valve. We make a new Dota 2. We may call it whatever we want. It can be Dota 3, it can be Dota 4, it can be Dota 5, whatever it wants. We just take all the heroes and we get them in here. We code it. The community codes it. Okay. And then we add crypto to it. Okay. So people can buy it for X amount of crypto. And then we get pro players to come in and then they pay a small amount of crypto and then the tournament gets funded. Easy.
Okay.
Bad, stupid, me, genius, yes. And the first thing people said was, hey, you can't just steal ideas like that. You will get sued for sure. He's like, bro, I'm not going to use the same names, obviously. Like, yeah, changing the names
yes,
but
yes.
having all the abilities the same does not mean you get to say it's a different idea. He's like, nah, I looked into
feel like
copyright law, it's fine. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a lawyer, so I don't think you're fine. Like, no, I'm fine. I checked it out. I have lawyer friends. Okay, I know what
My
copyright
God.
law is. I was like,
I'm pretty
motherfucker.
looked into like the app store and I was like, are there other copycat games of Dota 2 out there?
That was basically one of his arguments. I'm not kidding.
They just got away with it because they didn't ever get
Yeah,
away
There
with
are
it, right?
copycat, those shitty Play Store games.
Yeah,
but they
and
never get
that's his
away with
logic.
it.
He's like, these games exist, so why can't I make Dota 3? I was like, what are people this mental? Like, firstly, they don't have the money for servers. They don't have money for servers. And you're going to get the community to code an entire game. And you're going to handle it better than the community that's doing it already. I was like, yeah,
Dota 2.
That's
That's gonna fucking work out.
The game dies.
Oh, dude, I'm not even kidding. His logic was we get the community to balance out the heroes, okay? Because the community knows, the community plays Dota, so the people who specialize in heroes will know changes. And if your changes get added into the main game, you get some crypto. Oh my God, fucking damn it, I'm so fucking done.
Bro, this is a fucking dream right here. Let's do
add
this
the
shit.
fucking no.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's add the no. Yep.
Let's add the no. Let's add the bank system.
That's the dumbest shit I've heard this year.
Yeah.
And last year combined, I think.
I don't know who Arjit Singh is. Is he Brew because he has curly hair? Yeah, cool. He's an improv. I think that's the case. I don't know.
Yeah.
Man, like, see, I was ready to entertain the fucking the dumbness of the idea, but then the second that shit just is like dumb on a whole another level right there.
Hi, are you not gonna invest and buy a plot of land in the metaverse using crypto?
Oh.
No, I am good. Especially in the country we're in, I'm very fucking good.
Hey, like, are you mad? Like, okay, did you guys hear about this, by the way? Elon Musk said he will eat a McDonald's burger on live TV if they start accepting Dogecoin. And McDonald's replied with something like, we will do it if Tesla accepts some weird coin. And people literally ran, they scrambled and made the coins instantly. And other idiots who have money fell for the scam and bought into the coin. And then these guys were like, we got the money, out. And they just took the money and fled.
Of course, yeah. Look, at the end, like, I don't understand much about this crypto shit, but at the end, the person who's creating them is getting fucking rich.
Yeah.
You know?
The people
they're
who are creating them, see how there's so many people who are doing it.
It's just easy to like, yo, buy this shit and then buy, I sell, ciao, have fun.
They capitalize on the whole situation and then dumbasses just walk up to them with their fucking wallets like, here is my money and this coin will basically take us to the moon. And then,
Yeah, like I could understand with like the first couple of coins. Okay, I was like, okay, this makes sense. Like these guys it's growing in value. Okay, I don't understand it, but I'm pretty sure it makes some sense somewhere. And then every time you see a new post like this coin to the moon, that coin to the moon, all the coin to the moon, I'm like, okay, that's something feels off here. I don't know. I don't know how many are a scam here, but I'm pretty sure 90% are scams, if not 99.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, they all are like, and even I forgot that guy. What's his name? I don't like him. But what's his name? The guy
Elon
who
Musk.
says like Gary V. I don't like him also. Yeah.
Gary V.
Yeah. He's like this. He's like this dude who just talks about like this motivational bullshit on YouTube. Like, get rich, millionaire, work hard, bullshit
like
attitude
that shit.
kind of
Okay.
thing. Yeah. And he opened a fucking weird like NFT restaurant where you're like, where you're basically like, you're part of like this membership if you invest in NFT and you can come eat like in this restaurant or some bullshit like that, scamming people again. Yeah.
There was a whole controversy going on right now.
I could be a motivational speaker.
Have you guys heard
YouTuber.
of Crypto Land?
My God, bro is gonna be one of them.
Huh?
I could be a motivational speaker YouTuber.
Yeah, but his takes are really like meaningless and useless. Like he's just saying it for the fuck of it.
You can do it.
Yeah, you can do it. Like suffer for like 30 years and then you'll
suffer
be rich
for
like some
only 30 years. That's all you need to give. 30 years, and you can live the rest of your life in joy.
Mm-hmm.
How am I doing? How am I doing?
Funny. You should name this Nandemo roasts. And significant gains is Gary Vonda nuts.
Hey, am I doing good? Like, guys, do you feel motivated?
Yes.
Nah.
You!
I have to give you crypto.
Hey, if somebody would like give me 1 Bitcoin right now, that would be great, and then I could make it like more.
I see.
I could, like, you can do
man.
it. You
Put it for
can
a
give
year.
me 1 Bitcoin today, now.
Yes, I motivated you. Give me money now.
Yes, I have given you motivation. Come on, you can
Mhm.
just DM me.
Yeah.
I'll give you my crypto wallet. Is that how it works?
You go from Hell's Paradise to crypto again?
Yes.
No, we're just talking about creators and scams. But yeah,
Yes.
basically
Scammers,
Dota with crypto and the community.
The other thing, most like people have this dream of like getting rich as fuck, right? Like,
Yeah.
bro, we know our limit. Like, we don't want to be rich. We just want enough to
Yeah.
be able to. Like,
It
have
was
an
a dream, I
apartment to
must
live
say.
in
It was a
and
dream. At one point, I was like, I will stand
then you
on
grew
top
up.
of the world.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need an apartment, and that's enough.
Yeah. Then the world fucked you in the ass.
You can do it. You can get an apartment today. Down payment now for me.
And that too, he just wants to rent an apartment, not even buy one.
Yeah.
Yeah, just afford
Significant gain says he's Ukrainian. Did you know that? And Coolio's name brush says tries to roast. Significant gain. I don't. Well, we don't even know about Gary V until Sid just mentioned.
I didn't know he's Ukrainian, but yeah. Yeah, he keeps coming up on YouTube like just doing bullshit, I guess. But anyway,
I mean, these gurus are all over the place. Like they'll just be
he's
like,
one of those shitty motivational.
Hey,
who got famous? Like
he's done a good job. I am now
Guys or something?
inspired and motivated to start my
Oh
own
my
motivational channel.
Yes,
Brew motivates.
Bro motivates. Work hard, get rich.
Work hard, get me rich.
Give me money. You give me
Hey,
$10,000.
Did we just criticize a creator?
The secret to get rich.
No. See, the thing is, like, you have to like do YouTube for a long time without asking for money, and then you should be like, hey, now I've been doing this for 10 years, guys. You want to know my actual secrets? You think I actually told you any of the real secrets before? Now, 1 Bitcoin, and you get all my secrets.
1 Bitcoin. Yeah, 1 Bitcoin, and you get all the secrets.
And then I get 10 Bitcoin, and be like, wow, just do what I did, losers. Bye. Take the money and bolt.
But do what I did, just scam other people.
Yeah. Hey, okay. It is like so demotivating to see a few of these things. I was talking to Adochi today about Indian streamers. And he was telling me about. I told him I saw Tanmay Bhatt streaming, and he was telling me about.
One second.
Yeah.
Did we just criticize a